And welcome again to Safe Haven. Tonight we're doing part 2 of dating for marriage. So we're gonna keep y'all a whole lot tonight. But first, do y'all see the banner behind me? Let me move a little bit because my shoulder kind of wide. They won tonight. They handled them Kansas City Chiefs. They beat them by a point, but hey, that's my team. Go Baltimore, right? Alright, now we got that out the way. Them my boys. You know. So we're gonna cover this first topic tonight, and my beautiful wife is gonna start it off. Y'all know how this goes. We go back and forth sometime with dialogues and information or questions. Sometimes she has questions for me, sometimes I have questions for her, to look at everything from our experiences and even those people that we've ran into and talked to and some of their experiences. But everything that you hear from us doesn't come actually from us. A lot of it's just experience, because we've talked to lots of people. A lot of people. So my lovely wife is going to share the first topic, and then we're going to get started.
Okay, so we decided our first topic is going to be noticing the signs of an abusive relationship.
Before marriage.
Okay. Recognizing, when the person that you're dating or, that you're considering married is abusive.
Okay.
And, everybody know we grown, it's several different forms of abuse.
It is. There's physical abuse. Emotional abuse.
Yeah.
Psychological abuse.
Oh, yeah.
And in some cases, even spiritual abuse.
Oh.
So, my perspective coming from a male is a woman has to be careful when dating, and a man will talk to you in a kind of way. I mean, he will be quick to verbally abuse you, especially when he gets mad. When anger shows up, if he can't deal with his mouth, how he talk to you, that's a sign. It may not get better. And in most cases, from dating to a marriage, that does not get better.
No, it doesn't.
Because there's a fine line between love and respect that the man is supposed to have. Okay? I can't come out and verbally abuse this woman because I love her. Okay? You just, even with anger. So a man has to look at her as he loved himself. Now, if you're dealing with you're dating a hurting man, that's possible. You're dating a man that had issues with his mother.
Oh.
That's possible. Okay? And as I said in the earlier video, are you dating a selfish man?
Yeah.
Okay, it's possible verbal abuse, mental abuse, psychological abuse can occur.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I feel is very critical for a woman to pay attention to from a male's perspective, because we all know with those types of abuse, it can get physical.
Yeah.
It can get violent.
Oh yeah.
And if a man is quick to cuss you out and call you a B, or even talk about your family or your kids, right? If he quick to do that, he quick to swing too.
Yeah.
So you have to always be kind of cautious of that. It's just something you just have to understand that, hey, if you jump in the pool with this in the beginning, then it may stay there. Okay? So coming from a woman's perspective, if you was a woman in that dating someone who they show signs of that. Now, they may come back later on and say they sorry. They may come back later on and not apologize. But either or, they still did it. How would you handle that situation?
Well, I mean, when I was, you know mostly everything about me. So I probably think I was about maybe 15 or 16 years old, I want to say. I was in abusive relationship, you want to say. And being young, you know to a certain extent of what's really going on. But the dude that I so called myself thinking that I was loving was actually verbally and physically abusive. And I was dealing with this stuff when I was a teenager. So I can honestly say, when you are dating and you dating to marry when you get older, see the signs and know the signs early. When you said a man's supposed to love you as he loved himself, if he does not love himself, he cannot love you. Because something in him will not allow you to be treated that way. He won't. It just won't happen. He'll stop himself from even saying certain things, doing certain things, moving a certain way. So, and like you said, talking about family members, you know, you had that going on, you know, cussing your mom out, or saying certain things about your mom or your dad or your sister, your brother, whatever. I mean, we all have conversations about, you know, what's going on in each other's families' lives or whatever, but to verbally come out and use profanity or anything like that, that's the number one sign.
Yes, it is.
Daughter, whatever.
Right.
You should never come out your mouth and say, oh, your daughter is a, you know, garden tool, or your mother is this and this and that. Whatever the case might be, that's a sign to run as far as you can.
Even when anger shows up, there's still no excuse.
Yeah, no, not at all.
By the way, do you remember that person's name that happened to?
That he irrelevant.
You sure?
Yeah, he irrelevant.
You take care of that.
He's irrelevant.
I don't play that kind of stuff. Even though it's in the past, that's just how we operate.
Yeah, okay. I'm always right. Okay. So, what would be another sign you would say besides, because sometimes stuff is not done boldly. The cussing and stuff doesn't always come out in the beginning when you dated somebody. The disrespect doesn't come out first when you start dating. So what's an easy sign to recognize if they don't show it off the bat? Because you know you got some that's masters in doing this type of stuff. They can hide it very well. So what would you say would be a good sign to see that in a man?
When pressure shows up. Yeah. That's the best way. You know, you want to see something show up, pressure got to show up. Basically, a situation needs to arise. Now, of course, no, don't set nothing up.
No, don't do that. That's crazy.
You push buttons. No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
But when situations show up, you have to watch how he handles it. And that alone will basically just reveal that black and that white. It'll show up then. It'll show up. I mean, it could be a financial situation. You know, it could be a situation that happened on their job with family. It could be something that they have an issue with, the couple. But really, it's just, you have to just pay attention to certain things about them. Okay, just like he has to pay attention to certain things about you. Okay. Because we all have triggers. We all know things that upsets us, so we don't never want to get into that kind of situation. But just paying attention to who you're dating with. And this here is going to go a little bit deeper than we actually covering tonight, because there's a lot more that can be added to this.
Let me say this real quick. When I was about 15, 16 years old, one of the things that I had experienced with a dude that was El Loco, he was overly, what's the word? I'm trying to find a nice word, because sometimes I can be a little bit, forward. He was overly smothering. Okay. He was overly smothering. I remember one incident, and this was, I was a teenager, but we just saying, recognizing the signs of somebody who ain't wrapped too tight. He would call my phone, and literally sit on the phone and hold the phone and breathe. That's crazy.
Yeah, he had a problem.
Yeah, he had a problem. Like for real, he was crazy.
Yeah, sometimes they just
ain't rap tight.
they not, and there's things that
stuck in the
there are
basement.
issues that happen in their life when they was younger that just they weren't dealt with, and so that's very important for a man.
Oh my God,
That's very important.
That it's important to know what type of tragic issues or experiences that a person dealt with at a younger age. Everybody has things that they dealt with at a young age. I do. But it's the thing, have you seeked any counseling? Because I believe in counseling and deliverance. Hey, I believe in counseling and deliverance. You need the components of both. You need godly counseling, you need godly deliverance, and you need somebody who talk to you about those things. Because you have some people who feel like, oh, I don't need to talk about certain things. And when they get older, they bring that stuff into relationships.
Yes, it does.
And
right.
That's,
and they become a Tasmanian devil, terrorizing you. And they end up dealing with them things and just want to dress, and that's why it's good to have people that can hold you accountable, and to where there's no judgment zone. It's to where you find people that you can talk to about them things that they're not gonna put my business out there like that, but I'm dealing with some stuff and maybe they can help point me in the right direction,
right,
to get some help. Because if not, the one that you decide to marry, or if you're already married, they're going to be the one that catch the backlash of that.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. And anything can be dealt with, and anything can be helped. There's always divine help that can help anything. Okay. So when you're dating in the beginning and you running into situations where you can't quite figure out who you're dating, sometimes it's just a sign to put on the brakes. Just to give it some more time, and for y'all conversations to get a little deeper. When they're together, get a little deeper in y'all conversations. And
a red flag is to pay attention if they don't want to talk about their past.
Yes, yeah, that's serious.
They don't.
You need to be able to pull each other out, because y'all finna stand before God, right? And you finna make these verbal commitments, okay? And there are things that you need to just lay out on the table.
Oh yeah.
Lay out on the table. That's very important.
Most definitely. Okay, so another thing is an option. You have where you're in a dating world, and say you have your eye on this significant other that you want to build a relationship with, right? But they not as into you as you are as into them. But you have somebody else that you keep that it's a little tug of war thing going on, and I call that an option, or I call it a safety net. The person always keeping a safety net, they what if around. What if this relationship, I want to be with this person, but I'm gonna keep this her or him on the side just in case. What you think about that?
I got what you're saying. So, I'm gonna keep it a little PG-13.
No, we need for you to keep it all the way wrong.
We're gonna do that another time.
Okay.
But keep it PG-13. Okay. So you said, okay, Tyrone is good at the physical part.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucky, and I hope this ain't nobody names, I'm just making up stuff. Lucky, he make good money, so she can always go to him for money, because he makes good money and he don't mind shelling us some money. Sebastian.
No, that's too many options. But we can go.
But some of them we got the physical man who, you understand, PG-13, why he's called a physical man. He takes care of the physical part, and then Lucky takes care of the financial part. Okay. Now Sebastian is the one that's there. Okay. If she gets sick, somebody needs to help her with them kids. Okay.
That's the major.
That's Sebastian.
That's the major Sebastian. That's the major safety net.
Some break down on her car. That's Sebastian. Okay. She may need a little advice about something, or a listening ear. Okay. That's Sebastian. Okay, so these are options.
Right.
So coming from the male perspective, okay, if that's something that the man wants to do, by all means, go for it. But if you're dating for marriage and the woman, and you know that this woman you're dating is putting you in that kind of a category, then you know right there, okay. If she decides to marry you, she's just marrying you to fulfill one of those needs. But what about those other voids that are there? You have to question that. Okay. If she can't come out and say it and be honest, and she hides it, that's another problem. But you know for yourself. Okay. You always on the road. You always this. Okay. Because women have emotional needs. Y'all have all these needs. And Sebastian is not able to get that at this particular time. Is she gonna go back to the one who can fulfill the physical needs?
Yeah.
Okay. All this stuff has to be laid out, saw, first identified, and then communicated and say, well, the man, hey, I'm not an option. Okay. Okay. And if you feel that I can't play all these roles in your life before we get married, because it's flips, we go both ways.
Yeah.
Or you playing all these roles in my life. We have to look at that. But nowadays, the dating game has turned into that. What's on the other side of the fence? Let me just hold on to this, or let me manipulate him.
That's the right term.
Yeah,
that's the right term, because you manipulate.
Yeah.
Majorly manipulate.
I saw a lot of that and experienced a lot of that when I was dating. Manipulation. Want to say this, say that, say this, say that, but at the same time, her actions showing something totally different. She'll come around every couple of weeks or every couple of months. Okay, when she got hardship, where was you then? Okay, no, you have to look at those type of situations, and you have to say, that's it. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And don't let no one play you. Don't let nobody play with you like that. That's your life, that's your emotions. Okay. So now, coming from a woman's perspective, okay.
Well, I'm not as PG-13 as my husband.
Yeah, I'm just a little PG-13. So why would you?
Being that.
My question would be to you: why would you even do that? You know who you want to date and who you possibly want to date.
Why would a woman
marry.
do that?
Right.
I got what I want.
Yeah, we got.
I know what I want.
Oh, that's great. That's appreciated.
Me personally, why would a woman do that? Options. Keep your options open. That's first thing. That's number one thing. That's number one. I don't think there's anything wrong with keeping your options open. I think it's something wrong with being manipulated and toying with the person's emotions and feelings. Not only is it wrong, it's not safe.
It's not.
Because you got a lot of men, like I said in the beginning, ain't wrapped tight, and you got a lot of women ain't wrapped tight. And there's too much going on in the world for people to be playing with people's emotions and people's feelings like that. Know what you want, stick to it. See, this is the thing that we have nowadays. You have some men or some women. Oh, boo, I got you, boo. We gonna be a family. This and this and this and this and that.
So you saying they have to lead him on?
Yeah, it's a complete lead on.
Yeah.
But the person, like I said, you got your eye, your physical eye, on the one who you really want to be with, right? But you still texting this one in the background. So just in case this don't work out, let me still keep him just entertained for a while, long enough to keep him or her around. But in your heart of heart, in your mind, that ain't who you want to be with. But you want to always keep it there. And then this the thing, cause see, they not just texting anymore, right? They giving them a little cupcake too. Let me go ahead and give him a little cupcake.
So, right.
You know what I'm saying? Just enough to keep him.
So Lucky actually gets lucky.
Yeah,
every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, and Sebastian feels that need at the right specific time, then he'll get lucky.
He'll get lucky.
But don't that drop her value?
This the thing. I don't care what woman, what you got to say. You know enough to know that you putting miles on yourself.
That's right. That's right.
You know enough. You woman enough. You grown enough to know that you're putting miles on yourself. Okay. Now, a lot of women, you have some women who are real like I am. They'll be real about their transgressions and stuff that they've done in the past. I'm very authentic and real about men because I really just don't care. That ain't me. I'm married, whatever. But you have some who know. They know exactly what they doing, how they doing it, how they moving, and then want to sit and play victim.
Manipulate.
Okay. Want to play victim. Oh, woe is me. Da. Get somebody some long sob story, and then get upset when somebody don't jump on that bandwagon. When you be like, okay, wait a minute, something ain't sounding right. But I'm gonna play along. But you know you ain't. Some don't sound right, and that's not safe.
No, it's not.
Because.
Yeah, definitely never playing with people's emotions.
That's not safe. You got people in rap tight. I'm trying to tell you.
They not. Okay. So, but we'll discuss some more of that later. So let's move forward.
I mean,
and you was playing that real good too. You did.
It ain't too late.
Yeah, it's not too late. I mean, yeah, it ain't that late.
It ain't that late.
I don't want to get to that point. It ended up being 1 o'clock.
Now I gotta go to work.
You can call in.
No.
I'm just saying. You know.
Can't be saying that.
That's right. Yeah.
Go on then.
Okay, go ahead. Let's cover this last one and then.
Deal with none of the elements she saying she did with. She was good. She did a live video last night.
We not. Hey, that's just how it is. You know, you happen in love with each other. It happens. Okay.
Yes.
So let's not keep the moment for this lesson.
Okay, so just one last thing that I want to say, because I think we mentioned everything that we want to say when we talk about it. One last thing that just came to my mind real fast and real quick. This segment is dating to marry, right? So if you find that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, I'm speaking on a female's perspective, and this person is there for you physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, whatever the case, whatever, and this person is all in with you, y'all gotta look at what's the percentage men and women out there. And
that's right.
I think every woman, no matter what nationality you are, a beautiful and wonderfully crafted made. But we are, whether we want to accept it or not, living in the men got the pick of the litter. It's a buffet for them. And so we can't sit here and think that, oh, okay, I'm all this. And of course you're beautiful. Of course you all of that. You all that and then some.
That's right.
But let's keep it real now. It's easier for him to find somebody else than it is for you.
Yeah.
Not nobody saying
it's much less the world we live in.
5 yards of somebody's bull crap.
And that's this.
Oh no, don't do that.
No, you don't do that.
But
and it's definitely not for a man to sample everything.
No.
Like a buffet.
No,
you don't sample everything because there's a buffet in front of you. No, you have to pick out the main entree that you know you want.
That's what I'm talking about. Pick out the main entree.
You build and you grow together, and y'all work on establishing each other. Okay, because competition is there.
It is there.
If you have if you're dating a man that's can't control his eyes, he has issues maybe with the flesh. He has some issues somewhere that makes the woman feel insecure, then that's something that she has to consider is, well, how is he going to be in a marriage? But first you talk to him. You don't hide it. You don't cover it up. You don't go through dating process and not say anything about that, okay, you find a way to talk to him. You don't, you find what works for him to talk to him. Now, if you're sitting in front and he's watching a football game, you may can't come talk to him then, okay? Wait and catch him at a different time and say, hey, I just noticed something. I just want to ask you about that, okay? Because that's something that made her feel, a little insecure. And you notice something about him like that, okay? And so, him being a man that he values, your opinion and how you feel about that, he's going to listen, okay? And he depends. Some men may acknowledge what he saw and what you say you saw, what he did. Yeah, that wasn't right. It's kind of what I did. And if it's something that is going on with that, okay?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of little components that can kind of go with that.
And to see the thing too of me dating somebody, I think I had mentioned like a little short clip on our Instagram page, Safe Haven, and we do have a YouTube channel, Safe Haven. Dating to build together, because nowadays everything is so physical. You go on Instagram, everybody and their mama laying on a surgical table getting boobs and butt and all kinds of stuff injected and thinking that's gonna keep a man. That don't keep no man. You can't keep no man that don't want to be kept.
That's right.
If he want to stray, he gonna stray.
That's right.
No matter what size titties you have. I'm gonna keep it real. And what size booty you got and how many tummy tucks you get. It don't matter. At the end of the day, he gotta be one to keep, and he gotta see you as somebody that he want to keep.
Exactly. Because what my beautiful wife says is absolutely true. And just to share some things from how men view that, okay. If you put all the goodies out there for everybody to see, a man that's looking to home build. Now remember, home build means a wife. He's looking for a wife. Now, most men like that, as you can see what's going on now in the world. Like I say,
thank you, Uncle.
There's a lot of things out there that's just, you don't do that, because your beauty is from inside. Your beauty is within. Okay, keep it covered up, keep it concealed. Nobody's saying live and dress like a nun, right?
Yeah.
Or what's some other people? They live in them little communities and stuff.
Amish people.
Hey, forgive me if somebody isn't that. But you don't have to live like that. Chill. Yeah, wear your makeup, dress nice, dress how you want to dress. Okay, put on your nice little clothes. Okay, flash your little stuff here and there. Right.
Yeah.
But there's also a way to keep it in perspective. Okay, because let me tell you, men who are looking for a wife, that's not quite what they're looking for.
No.
That's not quite what they're looking for, because I know how I am, okay? And I say I can speak for a lot of men on this kind of topic, because I know a bunch of men. And if a man comes after a woman and she's putting that out there, in the beginning she's putting her body out there, that's what he after. And that's all he wants. He ain't think about walking down on aisle.
He think about laying
going
down
on I-45 or I-50 or 59
and paying by the hour.
Right. That's what he thinking about. Going to exit Tidwell or exit Cross Timbers, because it's cheaper. Last I checked, 20 years ago, they just put it out there.
Yeah.
20 years ago, or maybe 18, somewhere around there. But that's what he's looking for. Okay. Your beauty comes from in here. Let him see that in there, because you got more to offer than that. And if that guy you dating or you thinking about dating, if he's watching those kind of women and you afraid he won't pay attention to you, then guess what?
That ain't who you need to be.
Move on.
Move on, baby.
Move on. But you don't compromise yourself for that. You let them know, hey, you get this, you get the package. Okay. And guess what? You can't see it until you lock it down.
Right.
Okay.
And see,
may give them a preview. When you're dating, you understand? We know how it go. Okay. We know how it go. They'll slip up. So I'm gonna be honest, they are.
Hey.
But whatever. But if they are, you get back to it. Okay, fix yourself with Christ. You get back, fix yourself up. But keep your value as women, because as a man, as a married man in this world, I know the importance of that. And I know men, I know married men, I know a bunch of single men, and I know men that are just dealing with their sexuality. And let me tell you something, married men across the board, you got to keep yourself in perspective. Okay. Now, if he's like that, because you can marry that now.
Yeah, some
you
men don't care.
marry men that
some
say,
don't
hey,
care.
Hey, I want that.
I don't understand why they don't care.
I want that booty showing.
Care.
I want that booty. I want that showing every time we go out. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, go right ahead.
Why that doesn't bother certain men, I just
I don't
really
either,
don't.
because I'm not
but,
that. I'm not that type.
My granny always told me, baby, cover yourself up, baby. You're supposed to keep some for the imagination, baby.
That's right. Granny told me.
You ain't supposed to tell it all and reveal it all.
Granny,
You're supposed to keep some for the imagination.
Granny told you right.
That's what my granny told me. Cover it up. Ain't nobody supposed to see all that but your man. But you do have that is so true. I mean, every woman wants to feel beautiful, wants to feel sexy, but I feel like you can still feel sexy and beautiful covered up. Nothing wrong with a little tight dress, a little tight skirt or whatever, You know what I'm saying? But no, you know how they do that. The stuff be all the way down here.
Oh, and
now they have it where they have the fishnets with just the things carrying, just covering up the areolas, and I'm like, what in the world is going on?
And then vice versa.
Now one of them got no.
Right. And vice versa.
They'll bend them up. Let me shut up.
Right. And,
I can get real,
We'll keep it a little PG just for the night. Okay. But same thing. You want that male component that you pick in your life,
Uncle.
not to always have his shirt off.
Oh no, baby.
Always showing his flesh.
That's all mine.
Right. But you see that a lot, right? I mean, I get on Instagram and some of that stuff, and I look, and I'm a woman. I wouldn't date a man like that, right? He's got everything showing all the time.
Issue with how you said issue?
With the flesh. Not with flesh.
Just not the flesh, but
you got attention.
Tension issues.
You got attention problem.
Attention problem. He loves attention.
And then if that is the case, guess what? You that get with him, you got to maintain that throughout your entire relationship.
That's exhausting.
Because you can't pull away from an attention man. You
attention
can't.
Whores.
You have to give him attention 24/7, 7 days a week, from the entire time y'all married.
That's ridiculous.
That's what you pick.
A grown child.
Right.
Not a man, a grown child.
And that's what I tell my brothers that you don't have to show everything all the time. Cover yourself up. And now they wearing these pants so they stuff show. Okay. Look, you grabbing these, you out there in these days, and you dating these kind of guys. Okay. I see sometimes so many women setting themselves up.
Yeah.
How you set yourself up? You saw that in the beginning.
Yeah, he not gonna change. Marriage ain't gonna fix his tendencies.
No, it's not.
That is not gonna fix that. If he got we about over more. So we gonna close it out for the YouTube video, but we gonna still be on here on the live. So YouTube, love y'all.